Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DC Universe Online. I am your host Trexlight, and I'm on my #1 fire tank with the bow. I'm still pointing that out. I am on Black Ember. We just started this fight off. I kind of forgot to hit the record button in the middle of it, so as Raj is pretending to talk, I'm going to talk. So it opens up with you have the 4 ninjas of the demon's hand. You have Lion Claw, Serpent Claw, Burning Claw, and Bolt Claw. You'll have all 4 of them. Whatever 2 you defeat, you move on. The 2 that you defeat, you'll see them at the end of the instance. The other two you're going to see one at a time in their own little boss form. Now, once you defeat those 4, and I'm going to go over this right here is the easiest run because I'm going to teach you guys pretty much who you should have actually killed or defeated first off to make this a little bit easier. But after you defeat the 4, you have to that little mini. If you saw me stand in front of a little that little gear thing to interact with it, after you defeat those 4, you get stuck into a trap and spinning death machines come closing in. Each person needs to stand by one of those little gears, and once the gearbox opens up, you need to interact with it as fast as possible. Once you get into a nice little once each one gets hit in I think 1 at a time, a total of 4, boom, it works out, you get saved and you move on. So the two ninjas that we defeated were Burning Claw and Bolt Claw. Those 2 are the most annoying and pretty much the easiest ones that you could defeat. Serpent Claw has a tendency to be ranged the entire time to that fight, so now we have Serpent Claw by himself. So I'm going to teach you everything that I can about Serpent Claw. Now, Serpent Claw is by himself. When he's by himself, he's easy as turd. Let's go with that. Now he will summon a gaseous bomb on someone, so they just need to go ahead and just roll out the way. You want to stay out of the green. Green's bad, so understand that. Then he'll also just do like this big AoE green that's just going to hit everybody. Healer just needs to be on top of it. As you see, our sorcerer healer is doing a fantastic job. Now, I am stupid because I am not moving him out of the green because I'm in the green. I'm taking it, but again, my healer is on top of it. And that's pretty much him. That's all I really saw from the fight. That's all I can really even tell you from the fight. He has those 2 things. Stay out of the green. Stay out of anything green, because it's going to damage you. And tanks, remember, keep everything up and keep doing what you do. Serpent Claw is a tank and spank. All of them are tank and spank, but this is the run that we decided to go with. As you see, someone didn't stay out of the green, and that's his fault. Bad, Dark Angel. Bad. And, and actually he'll summon up 2 greens. Looky there. 2 little green puffs of smoke. So make sure you remember, stay out of the green. It's just like fire. Stay out of the fire. Stay out of the fire. The reason that we chose Burning Claw and Bolt Claw were the fact that they were the easiest ones to take down. I feel like I should have probably discussed this as before, but I say again, I recorded really late on it. So, where was I? I can't remember. So we chose those 2 just because they were the easiest ones to go with. Now, whatever you decide on who to fight, like I said, the 2 that you decide to take down at that in that first room will determine on who you face at the end, along with Raj Al Ghul. The other 2 you're gonna face in mini boss form. Now each boss or each demon's hand ninja, they each have their own loot, and they also have share loot as well. As you saw that we back there with Serpent Claw, there was the leather hands dropped. The League of Assassin hands dropped, and I already have them, but everyone else can drop those as well. You're gonna have to run this quite a while to get all the League of Assassin stuff. I can say that now. I think one of my league mates, it took about a week, and he was able to get the majority of them, but he had to do different ones. Now with League of Assassins, because we actually have 4 different bosses, you can rerun this. You can rerun this while on the same day.
due to the fact that you will not be able to get loot from, say, Serpent Claw and Lion Claw that we're about to go take out. We will not be able to get loot from them again, so we can re-queue and actually take out the other two. We can take out Serpent Claw and Lion Claw in the first room, so we face them at the end with Rajah Ghul, and that will give us, we are able to get loot from Bolt Claw and Burning Claw. That's where it comes in handy trying to get gear, especially into this one, because you can run this one twice due to the fact that there are multiple bosses, and you will not get locked out, and you will be able to get those gear, or that gear. Now, as you're running around, that right there is the last room called the Right. Gives you a nice little preview of the Lazarus Pit that Ra's al Ghul uses. This is one of my favorite hard alerts because I like Ra's al Ghul. I like that he's somewhat immortal, and he's Batman. I like Batman. So this right here is one of my fun favorite instances because I can actually run it twice as well, and I like running things twice, especially when I'm trying to get gear. Now, when you're running through these hallways, you want to make sure that you're with the tank. You don't want to have the controller or the healer or the DPS go out first because these mobs just jump out of nowhere. They just appear like what? Like ninjas. Alright? I don't see pirates popping out of nowhere. I don't care if you are a Monkey D. Luffy. Just all stretchy and shit. So just make sure to stay with the tank. Luckily, I'm a fire tank, so all I literally do is cast Inferno, and my job is done. I cast Inferno, I do Arrow Storm, and I call it a day. Me, as a tank, block? Are you kidding me? I never block. That's probably my fault as a tank. I never, ever block. The only time I block is if I don't have a healer. And as you see, DPS goes down again. Yay! Because I suck as a tank. Yay! It's probably his fault. It was his fault. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now we have like the Blade Dancers and Staff Masters and the Power Users or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? They're nothing really. Now, if you're wondering on how to get the speed feat in here, as you see, we're stopping to take care of one group at a time. As any rule as trying to get a speed feat, man, that DPS is like dying all the time. Man, sucks for him. As any power run through or whatever, you always want to keep moving, especially this is designed for non-stop battle. That it just means that your tank just needs to understand to just keep going, and your healer just needs to understand that he ain't doing nothing but going, and your controller is going to have to make sure to power out non-stop if you want to do a full run, a nice little speed feat for this if you just want to keep going. The only times you're going to have to stop and take time is the fact that you have to DPS the bosses like Lion Claw here. Lion Claw is actually one of the most annoying ninjas I have found. Burning Claw is easy. Bolt Claw, he runs around and does static stuff. I'm used to that. He's a speedster. So this is actually someone that we actually deal with phases for. So this is phase 1, as you see in the red box here. Yay, I can type. Phase 1. Simple enough. She'll teleport and she'll do mind stuff. She's kind of like a mentalist, where she'll do that kind of stuff. She'll debuff you and all that gloriousness. Now here comes phase 2. Phase 2 is when she separates into psionic duplicates. There are a lot of them, so what do? Inferno, Backdraft, call it a day. Luckily, Backdraft heals me too, so it's like a plus. But you want to just make sure to try and keep them all together so you can AoE them down, or if they start running around like they are, just try and range as much as possible. Now, once the psionic duplicate is down, Lion Claw comes back, and we're back into phase 1. Now, any other abilities that she has is she'll do a lasso on you to stun you, and she'll also put you in a ball, and the ball will be tossed around and everything. Like I said, she's a mentalist. And now we're back to phase 2. You're looking at this happening every 25%. Now, there's no numbers or anything up there, so you're just pretty much looking at a green bar, and you're like I am. I'm guessing nonstop. But just keep AoE them down and call it a day. They do these same abilities. I I think they bubbled me one time, but it really didn't work out. But once they're done, we're back into phase 1, and it's rinse and repeat, folks. That's all it is. Now, like, see there, she traps you, and you just have to jailbreak out. That's all you have to do is jailbreak out. And she's well below 25%, and once again, we're back into phase 2. I really wish that they would actually possibly put, like, at least give us numbers up there. So, because I want numbers. I'm not used to the bar stuff. I like to see it's like if someone has 1,500 health or what, instead of having to rely on me opening up my stats and seeing it there. But we're back into phase 1. There are no more phases. It's phase 1, phase 2, phase 1, phase 2, phase 1, phase 2, back to phase 1, and she goes down for the count. Ladies and gentlemen, boom shakalaka, boom. And she gives us Brawling Controller, which I don't know any controller that's in melee range. Wink, wink. So after we're done there, we come back and we have to deal with more of the trash, more trash. Now, besides the speed feat, there are other feats as well. There are feats that there is a feat that you fight all 4 of the ninjas as in mini boss form. Where, just like we did with Serpent Claw and Lion Claw, I'm actually missing the feat to go against Burning Claw and Bolt Claw. Yes, I am still missing the feat. I understand when this little piece came out in game update. I understand it. I know. I'm lazy. Please don't yell at me. Don't leave comments either. I know I'm working on that feat. Alright? I'm getting it. I'm a badass tank. I'm not afraid anymore. I know what I'm capable of. Give me a healer. Any healer. And I'll work it. Especially electricity. I love electric healers. But anyways, besides the boss feat, there is another feat that is called collecting skeletons. These skeletons on the ground. If you see right there while we're fighting this, there's a skeleton over here on the right hand side. You can't see it now, but you'll see the skeletons on the ground. You can either do the skeletons as you're advancing in this alert, or you can just wait till after you defeat Raj and just go back through and defeat them all. Or just grab them all. It works out. Raj Al Ghul. Now I can tell you now that Raj does drop 2 epics. He drops his cape and he drops a one-handed sword. The one-handed sword works. I like the cape better. But as you see, we have Burning Claw and we have Bolt Claw. Now, for this specific fight, the kill order goes. You're going to kill Bolt, Fire, and then Raj. Bolt first because Bolt has a tendency to be the speedster that he is and come around whenever he wants. He'll come, he'll go, he'll come and go, whatever. But we'll engage the fight with Burning Claw. I'm, of course, going to go ahead and switch targets over to Bolt Claw to go ahead and get aggro and bring him over here. He'll run around you, stun you. That's the annoying part. He's a speedster. That's all he is. And everyone plays with martial arts. Oh, actually, he's dual wielding. Isn't that cute? But like it matters, he's going down. But he is an electric user. The first time we see electric before we got the DLC too, by the way. And Bolt Claw really just goes down super fast. This is why this is actually the easiest setup, because Serpent Claw by himself is just annoying. So once we got Bolt Claw down, we're going to go with Burning Claw. Burning Claw is a fire user, as you can tell by the name. Huh? Yeah, funny. He'll just do fire AoE and do fireballs, and like a fireball is like the size of a meteor. But this is phase 1 now. We enter the fight with Raj. Raj is going to just do his... Well, he's just going to use a one-handed sword and call it a day, really. He'll do like some fancy sword work and do some serious damage, so the healer just needs to be on top of it. But Raj in phase 1... easy peasy. He's no challenge whatsoever. As long as the tank has aggro and everyone... Well, I see like 3 people in melee range, but that's going to happen because one's a controller and he's light. But once you get him down to 0, he'll... Oh, he's almost defeated, but he's just going to really just jump into his big green bubble bath and... he's just going to come back. You can't stop me. I'm going to destroy Gotham. Wahaha. I'm going to Hulk out. Hulk out. Stupid video. There we go. He hulks out. He's coming bigger, and now his shirt's gone. Now it's just kind of that weird situation where you really want an adult. So now Raj is in phase 2. Phase 2 is simply he takes his shirt off, and he's now a brawler. He has melee AoE, which as you see, everybody is in AoE or is in melee range, and he's already below 50%. Either we're really geared, or he's just not that hard anymore. He was hard at one point, by the way. I will tell you that now. But he will do some brawler attacks. He'll do melee AoE, and that's all she wrote. And there you go. DPS really knocked it out, even though he died twice. So you got focus. There's a focusing element 2 and the demon's mask that I do not have. Do I have it now? Dang it! Oh, I got it. Yay! I forgot if I did or not, but yay! Sweet. All right. Well, thank you all for watching for League of Assassins Stronghold. I'll see you next time.